that's true. Naked Palpatine.
Oh, you pick that one. Fresh out of the clone tank, nude Palpatine is my
Well, that's the first thing I think of when you say Dark Empire Palpatine. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Crow. Curare. Carrie. I don't know. This is also written by James O Barr, who wrote the original Crow comic. Now, there's actually a bunch of Crow comics, and they're all their own self-contained stories. The only through line is that something horrible must happen to someone, and then a crow must come and help them get justice for whatever happened to them or their loved one, or so be it. This is handled fairly tastefully, I'd say. I think it will hit even harder if you're a parent. I mean, it still hit me pretty hard, and I'm not a parent. But this girl, let's just say that, man, a lot of horrible things happened to this girl. But we're not getting a crow action hero little girl. We have a retired cop who has never been able to let this case go because never caught the man who did that. And so a year later, on Halloween, or at least in October, might not be Halloween, but we have the little girl ghost and her crow companion kind of haunt the detective cop and help him find the murderer. And in so doing, let her soul rest, along with millions of other souls, because this is not the first little girl that the killer has done this to. So, there's a lot of stuff with this man. His wife wants him to talk to him more, and he doesn't know how to, because his job entails a lot of horrible things. So, he tries not to talk about it, but she forces it on him, so he talks about something really horrible, and it bugs her, and, eventually they're divorced, and he's alone, and he still can't get over the fact that he can help the little girl. But slowly but surely, with the help of that little girl, they find the man who did this, and justice is dispensed. And non-spoilers, that's basically it. It's only 3 issues long. It's not a very long comic. But I think it's very poignant. Is it as poignant as the original? No. It would probably be very hard to top the original, because the original was very personal. It was a very personal thing that O Barr was writing. I'm not sure on his entire life, but I don't think he had a child that had this happen to him. I'm sure he's seen it on the news and stuff. That might affect him in his heart. But I feel like there's a disconnect there where, if you have knowledge of something as opposed to experiencing something, there's a bit of it. I mean, you could, again, it's still a beautifully story. It's done really well, but it's also, you can feel within every dripping panel of the original that was personal to O Barr. Now, he, didn't have a bunch of people do that to his girlfriend. She got hit by a car and died. But everything that was coming from was emotionally charged. And I just don't feel as much of that spark in this particular story as I do that one. But it's still done amazing well. I'm reviewing this on October 31st. So it is, I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but it certainly wasn't a happy story. And if I was going to read this anywhere, I guess October 31st makes sense. Not when this will be uploaded, of course, but yeah, so I enjoyed it, and I recommend it to, if you like the original Crow. This is written by James O Barr. Unlike all the other Crow comics they made after the fact, this is actually written by him, so I would recommend this one especially. The cop in himself, before the crow even pops up, is a bit of a dark avenger. There's some scenes that are very. He gets pretty violent. But. Oof, the world can be a hard place. And the original Crow comic really shows that, and especially this one does too. To the most innocent. But yeah, it is. I think it's worth reading. If you enjoy the first one, then I also recommend this one. Will I read all the other ones at some point? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't promise anything. But as for these two, I do in fact recommend it. Anyway, till next time. Uh, I don't know how to give an outro to this one. But hug those you care about, okay? And be thankful. Perfect. Because November's coming up. I mean, it won't matter for you. By the time you watch this, it'll be February. But, you know, whatever. Just give your loved ones a hug. Friends, whatever. Lover. Just next time you see them, give them a really, really big hug. Yeah. 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 That's all I did. Till next time.